into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
It's mush.
It's a rare condition in this day and age.
What?
To see the good news on the newspaper page. The distance of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find.
I can't even pretend to sing this.
Must be some magic clue.
What up, AfterBuzz? It's your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here in studio for MTV's AfterBuzz, well, it's TV's after show for Battle of the Bloodlines. That was the Family Matters theme song because the title of tonight was Family Matters. It's like our 90s reunion because I saw the cast of Fuller House this week on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. I just can't even give you anything right now because I'm looking at the cast members from next season and I'm so excited.
Roxy Striar? Who is it?
We got a lot. You want to know all of them?
Well, hold on. We have Miss Roxy Striar and Paulina Aguilar.
Bravo.
Good performance.
What are you gonna do when this show's over? You're not gonna have me to like make your grand entrance for.
Well, I guess I gotta wait for Rivals 3. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of, what's the news?
All right, you guys want to hear every single person on it?
Every single one.
Okay.
It's pretty dope.
All right, going to the top. I feel like I'm scrolling for a while. There's a lot of people. Okay, do you remember Ashley Mitchell from Real World Explosion, the one who left midway through? That's going to be crazy. Avery from Real World Portland, the one who used to date Johnny.
Yeah.
I guess this is an Are You the One person? Brianna LaQuesta. Camilla's coming back. This is another Are You the One person? Cheyenne.
You can just read the
Floyd. Yeah, another Are You the One, but that was on the Challenges season. Christina, that little blonde troublemaker. Jenna's coming back. Remember Jessica from Real World Portland. Jessica McCain. Yeah.
Oh, she's been training too.
And I think she started following me on Twitter this week, just saying. Kellyanne's coming back. Nani's coming back. Nani's cousin Nicole is coming back. Sarah Rice. Simone. Amanda Garcia, who's
she was on
Are You the One? What, did you watch Are You the One?
Yes. She was a nutcase.
All right, for the guys, we've got Brandon from Are You the One? I don't know who that is. Corey Wharton, so he's coming back. Dario, oh my gosh. You love him. Devin from Are You the One? Jamie!
He's back.
Oh, he's back?
I love him. Jamie's coming back.
I want Vince to come back too.
Bananas.
No, I don't. He can stay home.
Bananas is coming back. Johnny Riley. Okay, so we know that Johnny Riley and Avery are going to be rivals, but that's stupid. It's exes. Who else could it be?
I don't know.
Leroy, Nathan from Are You the One? Tony's coming back from Real World Skeleton. Thomas is coming back.
Your
oh my God. Maybe Thomas and did we not say Cara Maria? Who's Thomas's? Whatever. Vince is coming back. Wes. That's awesome.
Maybe Thomas and Jessica.
Did they have issues? Maybe on their Nelson, Thomas from Are You the One?
Replacement.
Oh, they have the list of who's with who.
I don't want to read it.
We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this, the final. What did you guys overall think of the final? Was it worthy for a final for you guys?
No.
Why?
Not for me. I like the idea, like I said before last week, that it was in a city, but I could care less if they were canoeing down the river for 10 miles. Don't get me wrong, that's a lot, and I'm sure that's hard, but I'm just kind of bored.
For the best season that I've seen in so long, I thought that this finale was so lackluster.
I thought the last week's episode was more
exciting.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree.
So we see at the beginning that they get suited up, and Mitch made a comment that he's never had a suit before. Thought that was interesting.
Yeah, he's an oddball.
Yeah. So you have to carry these suitcases to the finale, to the final, which we find out the cases are filled with these puzzle pieces. But before you do that, we got to fill you up. So they're eating by the river, which already, like, bugs, things like that fly around rivers. And they were flying all over this food in which they had to eat blood soup, blood tongue, speck, which is pig lard, and whatever the sausage things were.
I gotta tell you,
Blood sausage.
if everybody wasn't vomiting, I could have done this. I didn't think anything looked that bad.
It's not about look, it's about taste and smell. Because when she poured the sausage, honestly, to me, I was like, y'all can't eat it. I've eaten some, like, nasty sausages before. It's a sausage, though. It's chopped up ground meat.
That's what I'm
That
talking
one
about.
I think I could did. Now, the speck, I can't even eat ginger when I eat sushi, so the speck would have been, I wouldn't fuck with that. But
what the hell does that have to do
blood
with it?
soup? With what?
Ginger.
Because ginger looks like speck. Like, it's like a thin piece of, like...
Rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would imagine
Alright.
the texture of speck would be, except it looked like fish. That's what I thought it was.
Okay.
But the blood soup, when she poured, at first I was like, why wouldn't you just take the bowl
Yeah.
and
And
chug it
soup,
back?
slurp it up, yeah.
Yeah.
But when she poured that in the wine glass and you saw the layers, that's when I was like, because blood has that. You ever cut yourself and like
Yeah.
to think of something else's blood? And
You got to be a vampire.
I
in that
wouldn't want to
moment.
know. If I'm going to have to do that challenge, don't tell me what it is. Just let me get through it. That would have been my toughest
like, I
one.
wish it said tomato soup. I would have been like,
You know, remember earlier in the season when we found out Jamie was in jail for something?
Yeah.
He like casually dropped that. I was like, oh, what,
Well,
are, they, what
see-
are they feeding him there
see,
that he
I-
was able to get this down so freaking quick?
Well, I think some of the fans were saying that he was a correctional officer and that he worked in a prison.
oh.
So I think that's what it was, because he had no problem eating that.
But you know what though? My dad is like that. Like my dad would literally can eat anything if he's got to get it down. Like all
Yeah.
those like breakfast things that taste like shit and health stuff. Like
Yeah.
my dad would just chop it down. He's like, yeah, it's healthy. Pfft. So there are people that can get that past them and they don't have a gag reflex or stuff like that.
Jenna?
With the
She
gag,
clearly
I
has
know.
a gag reflex because that bitch like, "Bleh." The Cara Maria with the spit from the
Oh, that was
God.
gross. Every single person vomited.
Yeah, no, I would have been like Cara with the tears coming down, like, and then knowing flies are just like you have to pick up a sausage after you just saw like 3 flies on it.
Yeah, what
Done.
I will say, the sausage I would have been able to eat, but when you eat multiple sausages, you feel sick
Yeah.
afterwards. So, like, I wouldn't have been able to compete afterwards. I would have gotten everything down, but I couldn't have done what they did next.
Just the sound of the vomiting would
Oh,
get me
and the
to
way
vomit.
Jamie was puking.
Oh, stop. Stop.
Just gonna throw up all over me and I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. I couldn't with Jamie. Oh, God. I
You
can't
guys
think
are
about
making
it.
me nauseous and just
I know.
listening about this.
Let's move on to the
Moving
second
on.
stage.
So then MTV thought they were smart and found an abandoned train station in which I think that they thought that they would get away filming in.
No, they did. It was all set up.
That's what I was confused.
I don't think
we
it was
saw
a
the
setup, though.
preview
Yeah, it
of them
definitely
getting in
was.
trouble.
Because
Yeah,
they
no,
usually
it was a
wake them up in the
joke.
morning.
It was a whole joke.
How do you know that was a joke?
Because you could watch and you could tell they were like, "Oh, TJ's like, sorry, see
The train. I'd be
yeah.
See, I feel like
the
she
train
was-
never came."
pissed.
Like, oh, they were full of crap.
No, I don't even feel like they kept them there fully overnight. I really feel like they got like in trouble for filming down there. He was like, "We told you cannot do this." And
Yeah, but he was making a joke.
But I think
He was playing
TJ was
along.
making a joke so that way on camera it doesn't look like, oh shit, like MTV didn't get a permit or something like that.
Oh, they would have.
That's my question
Faked
for that.
it. What do you guys at home think?
Because
I'm curious.
why?
I'm in
That
the chat
wasn't
right now.
that wasn't funny. Like to have the security guards
No.
down, like for what?
I just think that they wanted us to think what you're thinking right now. I think that they were faking it, and like it was all a big act. Oh, sorry guys, we have to go.
For what though? Like what?
That's why. So that you would be
But
thinking.
on
what you're
every other
thinking.
challenge, they make them spend the whole night.
Yeah, but they're up in the mountains, they're not in a city. The last time I remember them doing that is they had to stand on a rock and they had to switch partners and sleep
Jesse
through
in
the
the
night.
In the chat says scripted ass show. Joseph says I think TJ was starting crap. Scissorhead says I think they faked it. Brandy says it was faked. Emma says I thought it was scripted. Chan says real. Yeah, 100% fake, says Brandy.
How do you guys know this is fake? I mean, we can call Aneesa. I want to just find
Emma
out.
says because you could tell how TJ by how TJ was acting.
See, I just feel like TJ was trying to find a way. I really don't. I don't know, because it doesn't make script wise. It didn't like. I wasn't sitting here like, oh my god, MTV. Like,
Sky the Boss says, I heard that it was no permit.
That's exactly what I think. I think they really tried to get the shot.
Just for a cool preview. That's what I thought too. It was for the preview because they didn't have an ambulance.
I just feel like they didn't shoot enough of it for it to be too big of it, and I wonder if they didn't shoot enough of it because it was an actual situation that they had to stop the challenge.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Yeah, T23 says no permit apparently. Brandy says if it wasn't faked, they wouldn't have filmed it all. At 2Dias says it was a mess. Price says we're all guessing.
Well, all right. I'm gonna see if I can get somebody
to confirm.
All right. While we talk, I'm gonna see if I can get somebody. All right. So they're in the train station. TJ comes down. The train was canceled, which is clear there was never going to be a train in there. They find out that they have to paddle upriver for 10 miles.
That's insane.
I unfortunately, I've canoed before, but I never really know how far I'm going. Is 10 miles insane? Like how long?
It depends on like the river, if they're going against it. Because if you're going with the current, like 10 miles,
That's
like,
easy.
whoosh, you feel like Pocahontas and
Right.
right around the river bend. I mean,
I would say it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I was kind of with you though. This wasn't like watching people climb a mountain where you could stick with it. It was like, all right, let's get through this, guys. Let's go to the next one because I can't watch this anymore. I can't watch Jenna get stuck in the tree and just like Cara Maria crush it. I just needed to leave.
Then they get on back to land and they have to solve this puzzle with the pieces in their suitcase.
I love this kind of stuff.
Sudoku.
It was like Sudoku, yeah.
Yeah, I love
and it was
it.
genius because it's like after everything they've done, the last thing that they want to do is a fucking puzzle.
Yeah.
I feel like MTV is always smart about this because they always involve puzzles in every challenge and multiple times, but it doesn't seem like the cast don't practice puzzles when they go home. Like
don't
you would
get
think
that.
that they would.
You need to master about 25 puzzles in life to be able to understand the way puzzles work. Like number one, shaped ones. Not for you to be able to get them all, but for your brain to start working it like that. That's a random number that I'm throwing out, but I feel like 25. All these people need to do who have mental blocks about puzzles is start working on puzzles. Cara Maria, put it into your training. Like you're going to run every day, but you're not going to start doing puzzles. That doesn't make sense.
Well, hopefully after this that they will, because Mitch is the only one that was able to get through him.
Yeah.
With
And honestly,
ease.
Jenna and them, I would have loved to have seen where they could have made it if it wasn't for that puzzle.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so obviously Cory and Mitch finished first. They're running around the track. They finished first legit. Cara and Jamie came in after them, and then we find out that Jenna and Bree get third place. Mitch and Cory get second, and then Cara and Jamie won the challenge.
Got it. She got that W.
8 challenges, 4 finals, first victory. Girl deserved it. Don't care what anybody says about her as a person or anything else. She deserved a victory here. She did. It just didn't make for great TV. Like, because if she was going against bananas, we would have been rooting for her maybe or whatever. But I was just straight up like, oh my God, how cute would it be if Jenna won?
No, I
was
honestly,
rooting
I
for
saw
Jenna.
myself rooting for Jenna and Bree.
Me
at the
too.
end.
So
Like,
that's
it was
why I
just
didn't make
like-
for as good of TV. We should have wanted, everybody should have been like, this is Cara Maria's
But
year.
the Cara and Abram thing, I think, tainted Cara a little bit
Yeah.
in the viewers' eyes, for me personally. And it was like, I'm not mad that Cara won because, yeah, after 8 seasons of it, like, congratulations, girl.
That's what I'm saying. She
But now
deserved
I'm
it.
like, okay,
Next.
you got it, next.
And what I like about seeing these people in the final is that you see their heart is in it. You can tell how much Cara Maria wanted this win. You know,
She
and
wanted
I
it so bad she was willing to
Yeah.
give up everything else.
think everybody's got a price, I guess. I don't know. But I think, you know, for Jenna being in 2 finals already, her time is, I don't think is too far away for her to win. She's a good competitor.
Oh, Jenna?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see what she's going to do, especially on
Is she
Rivals 3.
finished?
I wonder,
Well, that
I
was her
hope her and
boyfriend's fault
Zach,
for
I
last
hope her and
season.
Zach are not rivals.
That would be
No,
a
I
dirty
didn't
little
name
trick.
him, did I?
No,
Oh, yeah.
he's not on there.
Good.
Yeah. It says who her rival is, but I forget it.
Okay, so we're happy with the winner?
Maybe it was Vince.
Yeah.
We're happy with the winner. Again, deserved it. Wasn't necessarily my choice, but we can't argue with that.
All right, so you guys watched the shit they shouldn't have showed?
Yeah, so I watched.
I didn't get to see it.
watched the reunion and I watched the shit they should have showed.
What did we get on the shit they should have showed?
On the shit they should have showed, I felt like
because I thought that would have been.
I was like, all right, they didn't show that, and I'm not mad about it. There were a couple funny things. We had some more nut cum stuff, and they were like spreading the nut cum so it looked like shit everywhere. We saw that they made a Leroy dummy so that like people were sleeping with this Leroy, almost like a Leroy stuffed animal, and like strangely enough, Shane started sleeping with it and like just fell in love with this Leroy stuffed animal. I really don't know what that was about. There was a Miss Turkey pageant, which was my favorite part of this, where we had all of the girls come down in their bathing suits, their dresses, and everybody did a special talent. And the best part was Aneesa singing this weird thing about how Vince is so creepy, but her voice.
She has a good voice?
Oh my God.
Really?
Jenna balanced a cup of water on her ass and was like, that's my talent. And Aneesa came down and it was like, oh my God, her voice was amazing. I thought it was incredible.
Oh, I'm going to have to check
So
that.
I thought that was really good. The other best part was the atomic sit-up, which is when they put the towel over, they like made Mitch believe he wouldn't be able to do a sit-up if there was a towel over his eyes. And when they put the towel over his eyes, Vince pulled down his pants in front of him and he literally, Mitch put his face in Vince's ass, but then like didn't understand what was happening, so like kept going, like kept moving forward instead of moving back.
That is so
and
dirty.
he actually moved Vince. Like his ass got like, his head was so far up his ass that Vince like shoved up. It was so like I can't even describe to you. You have to go watch that part.
I'd be so disgusted
I
and
can't.
so mad, and I don't think I'd be able to like get everything. Like I'd wash my face for a whole week.
Yeah, because we learned about Mitch in the shit we should have showed that he kind of is like very gullible and a huge drinker. We saw him pass out at every single club. They showed clips of him. He just falls asleep wherever he is, like because he's blackout drunk all the time, which I didn't really get from Mitch this show. So
but they were
like,
also couldn't drink that much, though.
He's like a crazy partier, so gullible, down for whatever. He just seemed super fratty in this. So I didn't know that about him. And the other thing I kind of felt like was Cory and Jenna had a bit of a flirtation going on. Like they kept doing that thing like when you're younger, you play a prank on somebody and he would like put something in her hair and she'd be like, stop, Cory. She'd like throw food at him and he'd be like, ooh, Jenna. And Jenna, by the way, won the Miss Turkey pageant. So
For balancing a cup on her ass.
yeah, she looked real hot in that dress and bathing suit, gotta say.
All right.
Cara Maria was like, I saw Abram give her a higher score than he gave me. So.
Well, girl.
Oh jeez.
That don't matter, apparently.
And then there was the fall, which I made you actually watch.
where they fell in the club. That
So
was really
Cory
funny.
thinks Cory's getting grinded on by the two cousins, by Jenna and by Brie. And Cory thinks he's like backing up into a wall, so he's like being all smooth about it. He doesn't realize there's nothing there, so he just eats shit and falls down. But they're both on him, so they both toppled off the stage, all three of them. Cory tried to be smooth, so he got up and like sprinted away, trying to hope the cameras wouldn't see. It was fucking amazing. But anyway, that was it. Like,
Okay.
it was a half hour long because I think sometimes it's longer, but they didn't have anything to really show.
That's so funny because as I watched the reunion, I was like, like these people all have known each other for years. That it's like it isn't like I don't know. It's not like Mob Wives where they're involved in their lives on a daily basis and stuff like that. And so the reunion's gonna be good. I know. Rest in peace, Big Ange. Love you.
I haven't
It's so
something about
sad.
all
I do the
that.
after show for Mob Wives. And
I used to do it. I love it.
Oh yeah. Which I gotta say, just a side note, Mob Wives is my favorite reality TV show because I think it's the most authentic.
It definitely is.
I have to give it that.
Yeah, definitely. It's great because I got to interview all of those girls, and they just are exactly who they say they are. Mm-hmm. You can tell so easy.
I actually met Michael, who brought Renee here for that interview. Anyways, so random. We get to the reunion. At first, I mean, Roxy felt the same way as me. I was not feeling the host.
Yeah, Nessa.
Nessa?
At first, I was just like, she seemed I was like, girl, like, why? Like, it didn't make sense to me.
I'll just say it because whatever. It seemed to me like she rolled out of bed and didn't give a shit at
Yeah,
first.
her
Her
hair.
hair was kind of lopsided. The way she was slurring a little bit, like not because she was just lazy with the words.
It took her a minute to like feel into it, because then by the end I was like, oh, I like her.
Yeah,
like,
by
it
the end I was
works
like, oh,
for
she's
this.
one of us. She
Yeah.
actually, like, I believe she kind of watches this, and I loved what we'll get
But I
to the
didn't
Nani
get that
part.
at first.
Yeah, no, at first I was like, she does not want to be here, and then I was all in on her by the end.
So there we go with that. Another thing we got new, because there really wasn't a lot for them to talk at the reunion, was the banana cam,
Sure.
which I could have done without.
Didn't care.
Because then
That
it turned
could've
into
been the
like
shit
the
they should've
panty.
showed.
Yeah, that's where it should have been
Yeah,
actually.
but I didn't get it. That's fine.
All right.
So are we going to go our favorite parts?
Well, I was just gonna kind of do 3 big parts.
Okay, do
it. I wanted to first start with Cara, Thomas, Abram.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Why do we think Thomas wasn't there?
Well, because the reunions, they usually only bring back like the top like 12, or they only bring back like a certain amount of people.
Yeah, but you would think, and the drama usually.
Yeah, that was interesting to me. But maybe they figured they had Abram or something. I don't know. But so we see Kari just before even like talking about it, she gets up, goes over to Abram, gets on her knees, and apologizes. And
I think she's been getting a lot of shit.
yeah, I mean, she was uncomfortable to watch throughout the whole episode.
She was very uncomfortable. But I will say, at least I respected that she got up and went over to him.
Yep.
As opposed to having a conversation with Nessa. She had a conversation with him,
Which she's probably already had with him, but I do love the fact that, thank you, as a fan, for playing it up and letting us see that. Letting us see that you do apologize, whether it's phony, real, or what. I did like the fact that she got up over there and he gave her a hug.
I didn't know if I liked that part. I thought it was a sweet gesture to do that and kind of man up about it. But from the time that you finish the challenge and go home to when you film the reunion, it
wasn't
like, didn't
authentic
you do
to
that
you?
before?
that's why she said.
Didn't you?
That's
you know?
why she said I wanted to publicly, in front of everybody. So I think she did do it before, but I think she was also saying like, everybody out there deserves to see me on my fucking knees in front of you apologizing.
I have respect to that.
I got a little irritated with Cory and whoever else when they turned around to Abram and was like, yo, dude, it's
Shut
ain't
up.
Thomas's fault.
Shut up.
Who?
Not you,
Oh,
Cory.
I was like, bitch, because let me go in on you about Thomas.
No.
Because let me tell you all the reasons why this is part of Thomas's fault.
And
Because he
not
should have
only that-
came out hung on a damn...
Whether it is or isn't, do you see that this conversation isn't about you, Cory? You'll get your own time, Cory. And you did get your own time. Shut up.
Cory
This
had no
bothered
spot
me.
the fact that he flirted with Aneesa while having a girlfriend, so he should not be talking. I didn't like that.
But that's why he probably stuck up for Thomas, because he was like, it's not that bad of a thing. First of
No,
all,
it's bad.
my thing is, if Thomas was a man, I feel like he knows that this girl is dating someone. He knows that he has a girlfriend. And then you sitting up here laughing, having Abram in your room and all this stuff. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like Thomas is a part of it. Yes, it is mostly between Cara and Abram, and that's something that Cara, as a woman, needs to look within herself. If she feels uncomfortable because of the way Abram speaks to her, if she feels uncomfortable because of the way he handles her, touches her, talks to her, whatever it is, these are things that are within her.
Right.
Now, yes, because those were within her, she reacted and involved Thomas. Thomas also got his own inner situation, and he's figuring out whatever he's figuring out. And the two of them linked up because
By the
Thomas chose to do that.
He
and
must watch the damn show too, so it's not. He was never under the assumption that she didn't have a boyfriend.
Also, Cara, did you guys catch when Johnny called Cara out and she kept saying, "Everyone saw us on the bus. I did not jerk him off. There was no blowjob. It was a public place." What about the bathroom? No one cares about the bus. I didn't think you did anything on the bus.
Isn't that where they
It's
made
the
out?
bathroom. Where?
The
bathroom?
Yeah, that's what she's claiming.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believed her or not on that, but it didn't really matter to me. What made me feel uncomfortable was how bad I felt for Abram in this.
Yep.
And I feel bad that I felt
It's
bad
the
for
first
him.
time I've ever felt bad for
Because
Abram.
I don't know, he could be a total piece of shit to her. He could be
we don't know,
womanizing,
yeah.
abusive,
Yep.
all of these things, and I don't know. But I will say, on air tonight, I felt extremely bad for him when he looked at her and was like, "I want you back. I still want it. I still want you, no matter whether we're together or not. I want you to be able to call me. And even as he walked off the stage, he said, congratulations
I think
on
he's
winning.
verbally abusive to her. I don't think he's physically abusive.
Maybe.
I feel like if he was physically abusive, I can't believe that Jamie
Wouldn't do anything
would
about
be
it
that cool.
with him.
Would he
Or
know?
like hearing that, I mean, I
don't think so.
if she's been physically abused and her whole family's from Boston, no one saw her. I mean,
well,
I'm
she
not
lives
saying
with
that
him.
couldn't happen.
They live together. Like, you never know.
But it seemed like she and Jamie talked about some things personally on the trip, you know, in the dark and
Right.
whatever. So I'm just like,
her cousin. Cuz?
yeah. So
Cuz,
like, cuz.
Thanks.
So to me, it's like, I don't know. You can kind of tell when someone is in an abusive relationship after a certain point of time. Somebody like Cara who shows herself, I think if she was really being abused, he would know, or somebody would know, because it seemed like Johnny was at the point where he was just like, nah, Cara, you ain't the good person here. He's like, let's look at Abram. You basically used Abram for the show, which she was mad at Johnny, but I mean, really, but everything, he was being a dick, and Johnny does it all the time, but what he's saying,
And Abram,
it did play to her, and he got mad. Abram got mad.
He did, because he knows Johnny's right about this. And what he says is, this was Battle of the Bloodlines, and for me, Cara was my family.
Broke my heart.
It literally broke my heart.
And if I were Cory, I'd feel like more shit.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, she
Oh my
did. Oh,
god!
she was. They did that camera right.
Especially if he's like, "I'd love you forever," you know, I'd still be there for. I'm like, fuck, man.
Kellyanne
But
kind of
that's
said
also
what
how abusers get the girl back.
That's true. That's
and
true.
so it was really tough watching this, because she said, you know, you'll say this, you'll do that, and then it's like, when I see you now, then you say you're sorry, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, and we don't know why he breaks up with her all the time.
Right.
You know, apparently it's very often, and you know, we don't know what happens.
That's why I see him
behind-
just coming home drunk. They get into an argument. He calls her a bitch. Get out, like, and that is abuse, verbal abuse, and that can really mentally mess with somebody. You know.
I know.
That was tough though.
I
But I'm
know.
glad he is in a place where he can get up,
And
walk out,
away. Cool
tell
out.
the producers like, I just need the space. That's growth.
Yeah.
I liked what Kellyanne said when she was like, we can tell how much there is love here, but sometimes that's not enough, and you guys need to figure your stuff out. That's how I feel. I do think that there is love, but maybe that's not enough.
I want to like Kellyanne.
I do.
I think
love her.
if I met her in person and didn't see the edited version of her, I would probably like her.
I'm going to meet her on Tuesday.
For what?
She's coming on TV Fights, the show I do for Screen Junkies.
She
I don't
fighting
know if I
someone?
was supposed to say that, but I guess I just did.
Does she fight people?
She's doing a TV fight. Yeah, we'll talk later about it.
All right. So, well, there you go. You probably get a whole lot of plugs for that show.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about Aneesa Cory. I'm 24 years old. I don't know what love is.
Is Cory still with his girlfriend?
I think so.
I'd be pissed. And then to see the reunion and see him say that.
I think that this was my favorite thing that Cory did all season.
was honest.
I love this. He says, I'm 24. I don't think I know what love is.
Well, I hope he told her. I hope he. That's so unfair.
I thought I'd get
That's
away
so
with it.
unfair.
This was literally my
God.
favorite Cory moment ever. Makes me understand him so much better. I kind of low-key love Cory after this.
I like that he's honest. I can never disrespect honesty, but damn, dude, come on, let her know. Let her know. That is so unfair.
That
You can't date that kind of guy, though. Not right now. I think that he actually give him until he's 30.
He's a kid.
Yeah, like 30 to 35.
30, right.
Because
But right
depending
now,
on
no.
what happens between now and 30 may not be the time yet.
Yeah.
Side note to that, Jenna says she's not with Zach. Shady ass Zach, but I've been saying that. Zach's shady as all hell. Zach ended it by, she called him and was like, guess who? And he said, Brooke.
And now
Goes
he
my
won't
blood.
respond to her.
Did he do the same thing to
Yes.
what's her face?
John A.
Yes. He totally cut him. He got up one morning and he left
then
and cut her off.
Danny from Bad Girls Club. Like, it's just like so
stop-
many girls.
stop
And I
guessing.
wonder about Ashley from Boston.
Right.
Yeah.
Too. I can't.
But here's what was really sad to me. The way Jenna was talking, it seemed to me if Zach picked up the phone and called her and was like, sorry, baby, that was a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to go MIA. She'd be like, okay, I love you. Which made me really sad. I hope not.
Okay, I hope.
And now we know
I
they're
feel
still
like she
apart,
has
so.
better judgment than that because she's not with Jay. for that
Remember
reason.
how
But
many
the
times she went
difference
back to
is,
Jay?
yeah,
Lot.
but sometimes it's the first person that you get out of that repetition.
Right.
But physicality wise, the way Zach looks compared to the way Jay is,
Yeah.
I wonder if that could be something for her to be like that. But my thing is Zach is known as a douchebag, so keep it pushing, girl. You better than that.
Yeah.
Who I gotta give credit to for this reunion, who I think looked the best at this reunion, was Miss Rihanna, because I didn't even recognize her at first. I was like,
Completely with you.
that hair was, I was like, yeah.
I'm as obsessed with her as I am with Jamie. I love her. I can't believe that we went through this reunion and we didn't ask about her and Aneesa. That's what I was waiting for this whole
Yeah.
frickin' time.
We asked about her and Mitch.
Yeah, which was like, they were both like, we like to party, whatever. I love you, Rihanna. You looked so
She looked
good.
amazing.
And in the shit they should have shown, we found out, I forgot to tell you guys this, that her and Cara Maria are like BFF.
BFFs.
Cara Maria's like, I never would have gotten through this season without you. Like, you're so much fun. And they sat next to each other. So,
That's sweet.
yeah, that kind of made me like Cara Maria a bit more. Rihanna looked so
She looked
good.
really good.
That hair.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that about that. So then we get the Aneesa versus Kellyanne and then Aneesa versus Cara. Shout out to Aneesa. I think that this was the perfect statement to make. It was adult. She said, look, I was wrong. On this show, you become paranoid, passionate. I hold things inside. They bubbled up. Cara got the tail end of it with Kellyanne. She was like, I was totally wrong. Like,
Yeah.
I took
then-
one thing she said and flipped it.
Yeah, and what
Yeah.
as a viewer and a fan, that was ugly what I saw her do. I thought it was disgusting, and she didn't own up to it till later. So to see her say something like that is a good thing in my book. It makes me like her more.
Yeah, I agree. But again, I didn't really care about any of that. What I cared about was her relationship with her cousin.
Yeah, I do care about the relationship coming, but with that, I needed to hear Aneesa say that because I've always really liked Aneesa, and seeing that kind of stuff, like the racial thing, it was like, in this day and age, like, don't take something that wasn't made to be malicious and then try to make it malicious. So the fact that she could own up to that and say, and then also, also to just put it in perspective, because these guys all go through it. When you're on this show, you become paranoid. We are very passionate. And like Mitch was saying, he was like, you think like the things we don't like to do are the things you're seeing. No, the things we don't like to do is sitting at the house, staring at a wall. So I love that whole moment. The other thing, before we wrap up, Johnny said that Vince lost the challenges on purpose.
Not true. I don't believe that for a
said
second.
he's the
I just
best
think he's
athlete
really
there.
bad.
Yeah.
No.
He's
no.
like
I'm
one of
with
those
you.
guys
Totally
who's good in the
call BS on
gym,
that.
but when he tries to apply the muscles, it's like...
He probably skips leg day, too. He only does upper body. I know
I
it.
can't.
He got
I
pretty
can't.
thick legs, though.
No, I'm just telling you, he doesn't care. He just cares about looking good. There's nothing there. Like,
Well, we're gonna have to see
I
if he
gotta say,
trained
though-
enough for Rivals 3 because
Tonight was the first time I actually ever thought Vince was cute, because I never thought he was cute until I saw him tonight. I was like,
really?
he's cute at all.
Did anybody care that Nicole kissed Anthony or no?
everyone there
not
did.
really.
Yeah. I didn't care.
No. What bugged me was Johnny when he was calling Cara the slimiest person ever. Can I just say that he says that to everybody in every season? Because he said the same thing to Sarah.
He always wears
To
those
Sarah Rice.
sneakers, too.
I
Which,
didn't notice that.
They're a good
Wow.
pair of
Hey,
sneakers.
Hoko
They're
Sarah,
both-
that was the slimiest move you've ever done, and blah, blah, blah.
And
It's
who
like,
do you think's going to be his rival?
ooh. I
That's
was thinking
exa-
Nani, Sarah.
Nope,
No.
that's, yep.
No?
No,
Sarah?
I see
Definitely gonna be
Sarah.
Sarah.
Ooh, that team's going to be a hard team.
But
Now
they're
it's hot
strong.
out here for a
They're
pimp.
strong. They're both passionate and have heart for the game. They could be really, really good, too.
Well, I can't wait to
Oh.
see. What else you got?
Fantasia Weiss says, can you talk about Johnny and Nani?
The dirty little move there, Johnny.
I think Nani just handles herself really well. She
Yeah.
handled herself well in this situation.
He was so wrong, though.
Yeah, and she was trying to talk, and finally, when Nessa's like, Johnny, shut up and let her talk.
But I think it was a lose-lose situation for him. I think that if he would have said, he did say Nani's name, it smoothed it over with his girlfriend back home.
I don't
If
think
he-
it
if
did.
he-
Not after all this.
Well, on
Not after
Instagram they seem to
saying
be
that.
just fine, but say he didn't say Nani's name, he would have had issues with his girlfriend. So it's like, what would you rather deal with? Problems with your girlfriend that can possibly deteriorate the relationship?
Yeah, but then don't say that on air. Don't
Well,
make
I
your,
don't- I think
don't
he
make your
thought-
girlfriend look like a moron.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, you're on a TV show.
I
There's
know.
cameras everywhere. You're really going to sit there and be like, after, and whisper, to Nani in the room? Mm-mm. Get it
Yeah, I
together.
mean, I don't know. I'm so off and on with Johnny because then as I'm watching it and I'm seeing the banana cam stuff, I'm sitting here thinking, do you think that they would ever prep Johnny to host the challenge eventually? Like after like taking TJ, maybe a couple more seasons, then pulling TJ, and as Bananas is the alumni of the challenge.
I think if they were going to do that, they would have done it before. Like, why not bring in Mark? Why not bring it? There were so many people they could have brought in.
Maybe they just don't want to.
Because I wonder how many. I feel like Bananas has probably done the most challenges.
Kenny hosted a little bit.
Kenny, yeah, that's true.
So hot. Oh my god, I can't get over him. Anyway, yeah.
How do you really feel?
No, I'll wrap the show up. Just gotta get out this round. I don't know. Let us know what you guys thought of the whole episode and the reunion, and if you love the shit they should have showed, or let us know what shit they should have showed that you think they should have showed. You guys can hit us up everywhere at AfterBuzz TV. You guys can tweet me at DJ Jesse J.
You guys can find me on Twitter at _Paulina Aguilar and on Instagram at Paulina M Aguilar. I remember my name.
You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar.
Boom. It's been an amazing season. I can't wait to see what the real world and Rivals 3 is about to deliver because they coming real soon.
Yeah.
Until next time. Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.